に影響してしまう。バゲモはまたどこをほっつき歩いてんだ。
史上最大サイズなんだ。
慣れない土地では地元のガイドを雇った方がいいぞ。
道に迷わない能力。剣のスタイルって言えるかな。
声が大きい。今日も影響してしまう。
It's actually a pretty good team. Because Citlali obviously works really well for Raiden. I mean, not Raiden, Mavuka. But she actually also works really well for... That's not... I saw a lot of numbers. It's not... Oh shit, did I actually reduce... I thought the point is I couldn't reduce her... I thought she couldn't take healing, she couldn't remove... Did they fix that? I thought the whole point is that I can't heal, so the heals I do still don't count towards, her, Oh, okay, no. Her bond of life is not going down. Not from this, I don't think. It seems like Nicolette's not doing anything. Oh, no, he was just in the middle of his burst. Yeah, the Neuvlette's not really good. Normally, if you have a Neuvillette, you have, done this phase already. But still, nice to see Claire. Yeah. And so they left the world, but I can't leave until that guy comes back, which I've always hated. It's always terrible. Like, I don't know how long. Like, I don't know what he's doing, right? And his ping was really low. Like his network bar thingy was like in the red. So it's just like, great. So I have to wait maybe 30 seconds to a minute as the host, waiting for this guy to come back, and that's assuming he's coming back immediately. Like we saw in the instance, he was still like blasting away. Now maybe once everyone's gone, he would then say, "Oh, everyone's gone. Okay, I'll leave too." But it also like if he's like, "Oh, cool, we're done. Cool, I'll just go to the bathroom real quick. I've been holding it for too long, right?" And he goes to the bathroom for 5 minutes in the instance. I'm screwed as the host because I'm stuck waiting for him to leave. So now I'm just like saying, fuck it, I'm just gonna exit the game, come back, log back in again. Because like that guarantees me to cancel co-op mode. I don't know why. I mean, actually, Animo's not terrible against this. Animo actually still can break the constructs. I think Zhao is terrible. Like, Zhao drains his health to do his attacks, which is, like, bad. Because it's like Arlecchino, at the very least, can't accept healing, but she can heal herself. Zhao can accept healing, but constantly drains his own health. So it's like, it's fine for the most part. Like, if you have a dedicated healer, it's fine, right? You have a dedicated healer, who cares? Because you'll be getting constant heals. Now, and Furina is a good healer in the sense that she doesn't have to. It's not like Kokomi where if you were Zhao, you'd have to actually stay within Kokomi's field. Oh shit! You have to stay within Kokomi's field to keep it. It obviously sucks, right? And like, okay, so yeah, so the dudes, so we have Wanderer dead. I have no clue how Wanderer died already. Well, I have no clue why Furina is not. Oh my god, why did you do that? Yes, exactly. The healing ad. I have no clue why Furina didn't do the healing ad immediately. Like, start your heal immediately. In fact, you should, as Furina in this phase, you should leave it on the healing ad the entire time. Never undo the healing phase. Because it's just like, what we need is everyone to survive. More people, like, people matter. Like, because like by putting your ads on the field. So yeah, like, and again, we're low on health. Furina, please swap to healing mode. We're not full on health. Swap to healing mode now, Furina. Swap to healing mode now, Furina. There you go, finally. Oh, actually, I guess Furina's ads do have a range. I did see her actually swap. Oh no, she did. She didn't swap. She did not. I don't know. Like, generally, it's just like, you know, you want the Furina to pay the fuck attention because like they're our only healer, so we want them to actually like keep us topped off. And there are some like, and it's like you want to maximize DPS, it's fine. There are some moments where it's fine to do that, but like, you know, in that phase, second phase, like we don't really need Furina to do DPS. Like even though her ads can still hit it, generally we don't need it. Like just keep us healed up. That's more important. Accidental deaths at this phase will fuck us over far more than anything else. Just keep us topped off, right? But you know, it's whatever. Like we still won in the end. Generally, it's just like, yeah, I wish she was a little more on the ball on the heals. I wish she'd be like paying attention to her health and be like, oh, okay, I've done a little DPS, I swap back to heal. Try to keep us topped off, especially with the Zhao in the field, because the Zhao is. It's not because the Zhao drains his own health, so it's like it's better to keep him topped off so he doesn't accidentally kill himself. Jesus Christ, like 3 games in a row where it failed to co-op. Three co-op instances in a row where it's like, nope. No, it's first come, first serve, right? So it's like, it just, presumably I clicked yes as like someone else did. It was a race condition, someone else made it first. It happens. But it was surprising it was like 3 in a row. I mean, they could be... Okay, that's fine, too. I was going to say, like, you can be Marvica if you want. But yeah, we have essentially an Archon team, even without Raiden. Wait, are we sing? Oh, is he? No. Oh, no, it's just the... Is it some guy... Did some guy... Did he bail? What the fuck happened to him? He's like, where's the 4th person? And it's whatever. Like, we're obviously going to beat it before the phase transition, which is awesome. See, that is a well-built Nouvelette. You can tell when you have a well-built Nouvelette because it absolutely fucking destroys. So the one we had before was kind of crap. But whatever. We still were able to kill it. I'm actually surprised where the other person went. Because, like, they were in the instance, and, like, if they had, like, bailed before, then player 1 would have been able to play another character. So it seems like, I don't know, like they got kicked, or they kicked themselves, perhaps. Maybe they like. So essentially, like once he queued up and it was like, okay, we're teleporting in, they had to have like left at that point. So after the point, because if they had left the queue earlier, then if they left the queue earlier, then they just wouldn't have then it would have immediately given player 1 their second character. So player 1 would have had 2 characters, and then 2 of us would have 1. So that's actually a really crazy thing, because like they would have had to like disconnect either manually or unintentionally, just in that brief window from the player 1 pressing go in and us starting to load in. And I've had people like take a while to load. Like I've had instances like that where it looks like only 3 of us are in there, and then like you know, like 10 seconds later, the fourth player, the missing person shows up. It happens. Oh wait, it's already a week, right? Did I get my wood? I really like the fact that you can buy wood now. Like for the original area, it was fine. But like some of the new wood, like I don't know where to get this. Because like every time I would ever like remember that there's wood in that land and start like trying to farm it, it would always be the wrong type. So I'm not even sure what the tree that holds that particular one has. And before I was like using crystals to swap for it, which, you know, drains your crystals and stuff. And I'm like, I don't really want to lose all my crystals and shit. But there's nothing I can do.
昆虫は本能的に光を追うが、人間も同じだ。希望という名の光を追っている。史上最大サイズなんだ。時間を見つけて、竜の物研究会の鑑定を依頼しに行こう。
Okay, let's I do like that they have this, so I don't have to do dailies. Like, and then basically by just like spending my resin, like you spending an entire day's worth of resin will instantly fill up all the points I need for that. Dailies don't take that long, but like it is nice to have the option. Now I still should do dailies because they do definitely lock some. There are some dailies that have achievements tied to them, but like there also are a lot of like dailies that are just like, oh, go there, kill this, go there, do this, like the go there, defend node, or go there, kill monsters. Like those dailies you don't need to do. They're nothing special. But there are sometimes the dailies that are actually something. Where it's like, oh yeah, because like there's a daily around here where it's like, oh yeah, talk to the guy with the green dinosaur cub, and then you do these like leaping up stuff to show him how to leap and shit. And I like those because they're like, see, I think Citlali's around. I think she's like down here, I think. But yeah, so there are those ones. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was right. It was at the end of here. Cool. So those quests are cool. I do like them. But the problem is you can't like control it. So it's not like you can just be like. It's not like you can just. Oh no, I have been here. Okay, cool. It's not like you can be like, oh, cool, I have this quest. Like, please only give me this quest line so I can complete it for the achievement. It's completely random. So the idea that I can just be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna I'll only pick it up when I see it, and I can just rely on resin spending for everything else. Like that's nice. It's having the option that is helpful. So I think it's a really good quality of life achievement.
あまりにも偏僻すぎないか道を聞いた
シトラリならこういうところに住んでてもおかしくない
壁にある落書きは大シャーマンが書いたものでしょう
I think this is a little bullshit though. So basically, he's like, hey, can you help us? We'll pay you. It's like, oh, cool, I'll just take you exactly where she lives. So now you know where she lives. I'll take a complete stranger. And like, sure, the Fatui helped us, but only because Captain helped us and told them to help us. But generally, as an organization, they are not to be trusted because they hold their own interest at first and foremost. So when he comes in with Fatui, I wouldn't instantly trust him. I would be like, no, I'm going to go to Citlali. I'm going to see if I can arrange a meeting with her. I'm not going to show you and your goons where she lives. Like, this is a bad move. Now, technically, it's the Fontanians that want to speak with her, so maybe it's not so bad because they're not directly Fatui, but, like, you don't know. Fatui have a base with the Harbinger in Fontaine, so he could also be an asshole, for all we know.
任せろ。行こうぜ。ただあいつ二日酔いじゃなきゃいいけど。ストラリーいるか？ちょっと頼みたいことがあるんだけど。返事がない。いないのかな？おーい、グラスバーバーいるか？
That's so interesting. I don't remember. Did we ever come here before? Like, I mean, obviously I explored here, but I don't think we were ever told that this is our home. So why do we know this is their home?
このすっとこどこい。試練を受けるなら前もって。タイミングが悪かったかもな。まだいるかしら。はあ、断られなくてよかったぜ。
Did they say anything if I talked to them? Oh, hey, I talked to them. Nice.
アリエ、研究のスポンサーとして言わせてもらうが、今はすみません。先のことはまた。何百年も生きてきた。アリエ、研究のスポンサーとして言わせてもらうが、すみません。先のことはまたそ。
Oh, okay, so this Grudok. Grudok looked like a Fatui, so I was wondering if he said anything. But no, it's just Monster Sun.
Yeah.
ここがシトラ。はあ、そうすぐ片付くわけもなかった。何か感想があるならご自由にどうぞ。名園の主の大シャーマンはつまらない家事に時間をかけたりしないの。それにいつも部屋をきれいに片付けてるような人が娯楽小説の主人公になれるはずもないでしょ。そもそも私は属性シトラリのやつ。ところで以前巫術で感覚を共有したときに副作用。私って大シャーマンだし、相応の責任ってものがあるから、念のため。
Yeah, I assume that must have happened in the first two, one of the first two tribal quests for this area. But God, I just cannot remember what we did in those. It's mostly because there was the event. There was that event that happened that involved Citlali Oron and the guy where we got the event sword. And we also, like, delved into his dreams or like, yeah, didn't have a spirit sense, so he tried something desperate. Ended up working out in the end, which I think is a bad lesson to learn. Just risk your life and everything can be worked out for the best. Like, yeah, 99 times out of 100 people die because of this, but you got lucky. Congratulations for me for that incredibly risky move. It's like not really the best lesson, but whatever. But like it was because of that. That happened around the same time as So I'm just like, shit, like I remember that event, but I can't. It's just making it hard for me to like remember which was the event, what parts were the event, and what parts were the actual like tribal quests for this group. So I think I was doing them both around the same time. So it's just like shit. Like I remember the sense sharing, but I just can't remember why we did it. Or was the sense sharing used as part of the Archon quest? That's the other thing too, is that like Citlali has been like so pivotal. Like she's been so involved in like the Archon quest for pretty much every single patch. Well, no, she did appear even in 5.0, I believe. So it's like in 5.0, 5.1, 5.2, and 5.3. Maybe not 5.1. Can't remember. But like pretty much every Archon quest she's involved, she had an event involved with her. And then there's the tribal. Oh wait, no, the tribal quest took us into like the other realm, like the shadow realm. Like we talked to the huge dude, and we went into the realm, and we did something, I think. I just can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, that was and then like we could hear her head. But no, I think that was part of the Archon quest though. I think it was when we were tracking down Auron. When we were worried about him and his relationship with the captain. I think that's when we got the spirit sharing thing. So that's kind of confusing, right? Because this kind of like assumes that you've done the Archon quest, which makes sense, because I think you have to. I think it's like locked behind it anyway. Or I think they would at least lock this quest behind it. But then there's also locked behind the tribal quests, the first two tribal quests. But like, it seems like it's less related to those. And it's more about the Archon quest backstory. Which is fine. Like, obviously, Mavica is also heavily related to the Archon quest. It has to happen after that. So. Well, yeah, like, the thing is, the pay is really good, sure, but like, if I was going to agree to a contract like that, what I would do is I would make sure that no matter what she says, I would get paid. Essentially, you're paying for me to put in a good word, and that's it. The outcome of your plea is irrelevant to me. Me putting in my good word is what you pay me for, so I would get paid after this. She might say no, fine, don't care. Doesn't matter. Now, what I'm guessing is going to happen is we're actually going to try to convince her now. Realistically, we should be like, oh, okay, you're busy, fine. I'll go back to them, get my money, and tell them it's too bad. I put in my good word. But I think we're going to try to convince her, which I don't like. Because our job isn't to convince her, our job is to put in a good word. You know, we don't get paid if she says yes, we get paid just for helping bring them here, and give a recommendation. So, see, look, we're trying to convince her. And it's just like, no, why are you doing that? Like, I don't like that. Obviously, it makes sense, right? Because, like, this is a story. How boring a story would it be if we just like, oh, okay, and then we go back to the Fatui and Fontanians and be like, she said no, bye. Like, take our money, quest over. You know, like, obviously it has to go like this. I just kind of wish. I kind of wish. It's an easy fix, story-wise, right? So story-wise, the way you resolve this is at the start we say, you pay us just for putting in our recommendation. The outcome of her decision is irrelevant to our getting paid, right? As I said, that should have been discussed ahead of time. No matter what she says, we still get paid. But to resolve this, he should have said, fine, but if she says yes, I'll pay you extra. Then we would actually have an incentive to get her to say yes. Because realistically, what they asked was for us to put in a good word. But us putting in a good word isn't, them saying yes. That's not what the agreement is. It's us putting in a good word, giving a recommendation. That's it. So, yeah. So I think the easy way to solve it would be just for us to have defined, yeah, we get paid just for the recommendation. And then they say, sure, that's fine. But we'll pay you extra if she says yes, right? Not even saying if you can get her to say yes. If she says yes, we'll pay you more, right? That's all they need to say. Because naturally people will be like, oh, okay, well then I'll go that extra mile. I'll put in that extra word to try to get her to say yes, right?
今回選ばれたオイラたちも驚いたぞ。でも族長のビラムの助けもあって、まあ結局成功しなかったけど、ちょうどさっき話した奴らが調べたいことも色と関係してるみたいで。
Wait, what? I don't remember anything about a scroll. Although it does remind me of the other scroll too. The scroll that went into making her ancient name. I thought I was missing 3 things, but I thought, oh well, like we'll get it later, right? But then like we turn it in, our ancient name is made, and now that scroll doesn't display that anymore. It displays just an image, and not the things we have done. Which I'm like, oh shit, that means those 3 things. I was actually missing 3 things, which I don't like. I don't like missing stuff, right? So I don't know what I missed. Now, obviously, I can look after the fact. I can just go look it up and be like, okay, what triggers the completion of every event on that scroll? And I generally know where the events were. They were just on the outer rim. So I would just look at that rim and figure out all. I know one was on the far left, and I think there was like 1, 2 over from that far left one, and then one. That was near, I think it was either on the far right or like 1 over from the far right. So it's like I would look up and see what, because like I assume it's a world quest of some sort, but I could have sworn I've done everything. And like there's no world quest on the map. So I've missed something, but I don't know what it was. And I didn't know that like, I just assumed that like, that we just needed, like I just assumed there was like a bonus thing where it's like, oh yeah, it's just a completion map of Natland. And I assumed the 3 things I was missing would be in like the 5.3 or later patch. And they're like, yeah, sure, like we just need this to be filled up to a certain level, which maybe is just accomplished by doing the basic stuff. Like maybe even barely doing anything, you'd still be able to get an ancient name. But and so I thought like, oh cool, like we give it up, she makes her name, gives it back to us. And then, like, maybe there's some extra additional quests in 5.3 that will fill in the remaining gaps, right? So that we have a complete one. But then it's like, nope, we've given it back to you, but now you can't even see that original thing. So I can't check what I'm missing. And then obviously it clearly tells you, oh, by the way, you should have been able to, like, it alludes that you should have been able to complete it, to completely fill it out before 5.3. Which I was like, oh, shit. So I have no clue what I missed. It's like I've explored. I was 100% exploration on every zone, and there's no like blue world quest on the map. So I'm like, I'm missing something. I just don't know what I'm missing, or I don't know how I missed it. Unless something popped up in like 5.2 in one of the old areas. By that point, I'd already explored all the old areas, so I didn't bother, going back and re-exploring. But I was also kind of hoping that, like, if something was there, they would pop up a little blue world quest that I could just be like, oh, look, world quest popped up there. Let me go do it. Because I would have done it.
おい、まだまとまんないのか。手伝うか手伝わないかさっさと
おい。
Yeah, again, it's so weird that like she's probably gonna say no. It's weird that we're this desperately invested in it when it's like.
オラを払うのは私だぞ。
へいへい。
弱い数百の大シャーマン殿がこんなにも。おっと失礼。お騒がせして申し訳ありません。こうしてお会いできましたし、少しお話を。
グラスバーバがどんな人物か聞いたことある？君たちのちんけな芝居に騙されるとでも。君と話すつもりはみじんもないの。さっきどう返事するか考え、もしまた同じことをしたらホラー小説にも書けないよ。旅人戻って。
さすがはグラスバーバ。大変失礼いたしました。ですが七歳の戦いですらあなたの興味を引けないとは思いもしません。
調べたいのは、
旅人からまだ詳細を聞いて。実はあなたに依頼しようとしたのはウィツィリン。かの大シャーマンとは旧友。七歳の戦いの真偽を明らかにし論争を収められたら、私は亡き友人の輝かしい功績も。
It's also a little weird, right? It's like, oh, all of Tevat will learn the truth. It's like, you realize like Natlan's been pretty insular. Like, I mean, not like Inazuma levels, but like when pretty much everyone up until this point hasn't been able to leave Natlan because they would like lose the blessing of their Wayab. Because they would lose the blessing of their Wayab. Like pretty much no one was leaving, which means like not much culture could leave. Now obviously you can still export goods and shit like that, and trade was still alive. So it was much better than Inazuma. I would still think that type of restriction on the Natlan people would still kind of limit the amount of information of Natlan that would go out, which is kind of weird because it's like at that point what he's offering doesn't have much weight, because it's like, oh, I'll let the truth get out, let everyone know the truth. Well, first of all, everyone doesn't give a shit. Like, most people probably don't know, because, you know, Natlan isn't like, you know, doing a lot of shit outside. So yeah, it's kind of weird that like I get like she wants to get the truth get out, but like it's a Fontanian publisher. Like, sure, the truth gets out into the world, but realistically, as a native from Natlan, where pretty much everyone in Natlan stays in Natlan, obviously 5.3 changed that a little bit, but like still, traditionally, everyone in Natlan stays in Natlan, so the only people she'd really need to convince would be her own people. So who gives a shit what he says, right? Because even if he publishes this book, like, obviously he's still going to publish it and release it in Natlan, but like, you don't need a Fontanian publisher to do this. You could just have a Natlanian one do it. But I also don't really know what the Battle of Seven Colors is either, so I'm not really. I don't know if they mentioned. I don't know if this was like, if they mentioned this in the previous tribal quests. Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe that's why we were talking about the thing we had to like weave a thing, something or other. Maybe that was part of the tribal. Maybe that was the tribal quest specific stuff. Now, luckily, I stream and I save it, so I'll just go back to my VODs, my 5.2 VODs, and see if I can find the one where I was accepting Citlali's quest. It'll be after Chaska. I know I did Chaska's first, so I'll double check to see what I did during that to refresh my memory. It's also like kind of weird, right? It's like, oh, these all things. Like, if she had any of these things, why would it be like? Why would it be a contention, right? Because like the whole premise is, oh, people think the Battle of Seven Colors didn't exist. Because he's saying like, oh, I'll make sure that we let people, because he's trying to prove it existed, and then let people know, the world know that it existed. And she's like, he immediately goes, hey, do you know where it was, and do you have any proof that, or do you have any relics that could prove it existed? It's like, if she had these things, then why would people be contending, like, why would people be doubting its existence if she has proof of its existence?
戦いには参加してない。
え、
確かに彼女と同じ時代を生きたけど、だからといって同じことを経験したわけじゃない。ただ少し長生きなだけ。何でも知ってる歴史書じゃないのよ、私は。調査の方向性は君たちで決めてちょうだい。
わかりました。七歳の戦いアリエ、君はどう調査したらいい？
僕ですか？名園の主には
では旅人、引き続き協力を頼む。大シャーマン殿の助けを得られる。
Well, yeah, but like, pay us now. You paid us to put in a good word. We put in our good word. Give us money now. Pay us for what we've done, and then we can consider extending the contract for the duration of this thing.
まるで人ごとって感じだな。
七歳の戦いは私も話に聞いた程度で、うちの部族の人よりも詳しいわけじゃないの。
そうなのか？
あの戦いを経験してないし、それに何も教えてもらってない。
Yeah, I mean, because obviously, if it was something that happened that everyone in the tribe knows about, like, then even if it's been 200 years, if everyone knew that it existed back then, there would still be like records of it. Like people would have passed down, yes, this was an amazing battle. So it's not crazy to think that like only the people that were directly involved in it remember it, and that's why it wasn't passed down properly, and there's not, you know, really like certain records about it, because it's like, yeah, the people who lived in the time, some of them weren't aware of it, or some of them hadn't seen it personally, so they weren't aware of the thing. Essentially, it just makes it vague, right? It makes their recollections vague and not certain, and certainly obviously can be used as proof. Only the people involved could possibly have left a record that would be definitive, and if they didn't, for whatever reason, then yeah, it could be lost to the flow of time. So she could be like, yeah, because like her recollection is essentially, yeah, I was there and I kind of remember something about it, but like, you know, that's not proof by any stretch of the imagination.
でもモンリさんの話だとウィチリンと仲が良かったんだろ？自分の武勇伝をお前に聞かせたりしなかったのか？
仲がいい？もうちょっと調べたら、ウィーツリンが当時、私の一番のライバルだったとわかるはずよ。家の壁に落書きがあったでしょ？あれは別、ウィーツリンの流派に弟子入りしたシャーマンはみんな、卒業挑発的な意味を含んだあの落書き。もち、ウィーツリンが亡くなった後、その弟子たちは、やむを得ず試練の基準を彼女が私を上回ったのは、後にも先にも、あの七彩の、そう考えると、私に自慢せず黙ってた
Well,
の
I
を
mean,
名付ける。
they keep saying, oh, the only thing she had was the Battle of Seven Colors. Is that like a test of some sort? A trial? Like, what is the Battle of Seven Colors? I mean, presumably it's not like a literal battle. So presumably, unless of course she means like, she like, she wove a tapestry that's called the Battle of Seven Colors. And that was her main achievement. But then, the way the other dude was talking, it made it seem like it was an actual event that took place at a location. So it's not probably like, and maybe even an actual battle. Well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe because he didn't do any research, that's not what it was. Maybe I am right. It is like a woven tapestry called the Battle of Seven Colors, and that tapestry was so good, it put Citlali to shame, perhaps, or maybe Citlali couldn't create something like it. And that's the thing, is she says, like, she kept it from me, I'm a fast learner, tell me about the technique. So there's a technique involved in the Battle of Seven Colors. So it could be a weaving thing. It could be that she developed a weaving technique that was able, and the Battle of Seven Colors was the culmination of the use of that technique into a thing.
"なるほどな。
まあ、そこはどうでもいいの。さっきも言ったけど、今回手伝うのは、君たちが使命を果たせるようにするた。変なことを考えないで。何よ。シャーマンの修行に。心の声が漏れてるのは君なのに、どうしてあたふたするのは相変わら。
すみません、大シャーマン殿。少し困ったことがありまして、手を貸していただけないでしょうか。
Let me guess. Should we do something stupid and now we have to get him out of it?
はあ、わかった。
Are they trying to like steal something or take historical relics under the guise of? Oh no, I see. So it's a, I don't know. That's the thing, is like it's a battle that happened, and this. Okay, so that might be it then. So maybe the issue, or maybe the thing is that Citlali's rival, I forget her name, like Watson or whatever. Huitzilin. Maybe that's what still exists. A woven scroll that's called the Battle of Seven Colors, that was essentially a scroll documenting a battle. And so while the scroll itself exists, and is very good, so much so I guess it's the one thing that Citlali can't beat, or at least it's the one achievement her rival has that Citlali does not. So the scroll probably exists, I guess. So it seems like the scroll exists, but now people are calling into question, or maybe even always have, did that battle exist? Right? Is the scroll an accurate representation of a battle that actually happened, or is the scroll just a scroll? I guess, a piece of art.
それはただの想像に過ぎないだろう。モーベンの絵の解釈は一通りだけじゃ。ウィツリンはあの時代で一二を争うシャーマンだ。問題はそこだ。ウィツリンにはだというのに、 そんな秘術を使う。そりゃもちろん秘密にしなきゃいけないからだろう。秘術を使えと。
まったく。落ち着いてください。僕はただ
七彩の戦いの真偽。
すまないね。
Yeah, of course it took place. Why would you need to prove it? It's like, okay, you say of course it took place. Why do you think it... What led you to believe that it took place? And is like... If you're like saying, of course the moon's made out of cheese, why would you need to prove that? It's like, you just saying, of course this is true, is not proof in and of itself.
喧嘩しないで。
七彩の戦いの論争って
私が時代に追いついてないのかしら。今の子供たち。
こういった問題があるから七彩の戦い、肯定側も否定側も証拠を提示。
確かにウィツリンは私と正反対で弟子を取るのが好きだった。七彩、ただ戦争の勝敗を動かすほどの秘術なら、ここは弟子たちに聞いてみるのが良さそうね。秘術の。
しかし私の知る限りウィツリンの流派のシャーマンはその。
確かに黒曜石の最上は
何か
ウィツリンのところの弟子は今その大半が祭司なの。普段は尊敬されてるけど、彼らは私の試練に長時間耐えたことで祭司になる資格を得たってわけ。もしそんな私が急に現れたらどうなる？話を聞くどころか一目散に逃げるでしょうね。
それは
ただの比喩よ。想像するならもっと別のにしてちょうだい。そんな冗談を言えるのも君くらいね。ま、手伝うって約束したんだし、できる限りのことはしてみましょう。失敗しても。
じゃあお前たちはここで待っててくれ。
ああ、た。
Okay, I think I will leave it at that for now. Let's see, I think I need more of these for Mavica. But yeah, I think I'll leave it here, and I will continue this either... Oh no, I'm out of money. Well, actually, I might have money to get her to 666 at the very least. But yeah, like, there we go. And now it's just all the gold shit. So I'm low on money, so I'm gonna have to farm more and more again. I'm always dirt poor. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I might not do this tomorrow. I might do my alliance raid. I forgot that today's Tuesday, so the week reset. So I could have done my alliance raid. Actually, no. Never mind. I'll probably do this tomorrow. I'll probably do this again tomorrow. Simply because I want to finish all these quests, because there's the... Oh shit, I actually gotta do this too. Fuck. I have 5 days, though. I forgot I had another event. But yeah, there's this. So I just have 2 weeks to do this, but I want to do this so I can start ascending her, and I don't have to worry about it. Because, like, for Chaska, I accidentally leveled her to max before doing her character quest. So I got a bunch of materials to help ascend her after I'd fully ascended her and didn't need any of them. So, I mean, it goes to my stockpile for the next character, but yeah, so I'm going to try to finish the lollies first, so that I don't have to worry about accidentally doing that again. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it that. Thank you all for watching, and I will... I will see you all next time.